As we speak right now, I'm based in Denmark, and I've been terminated without notice from my employer. And this is not just my story, it's the story of many women, black women, people of color, male, female, of people that leave their home countries to try find greener pastures for their children and their future and to gain new experiences. It just goes to show that sometimes the grass is not always greener on the other side. What I've experienced has been bullying, harassment, discrimination, and all they can offer me is a ticket back to South Africa. So basically I'm just going back home.
There's no black person that has ever traveled out of the continent that will not tell you that he or she did not face racism. So
racism does exist in Ireland. As a South African girl who is born and bred in South Africa but raised in Ireland.
Hi, my name is Dep0rtàtion, and as we speak right now, I'm based in Denmark, and I've been terminated without notice from my employer. And this is not just my story, it's the story of many women, black women, people of color, male, female, of people that leave their home countries to try find greener pastures for their children and their future and to gain new experiences. It just goes to show that sometimes the grass is not always greener on the other side. 2 years ago, I got a job at the Lego Group, and they relocated me to Denmark. It's an opportunity they presented me. I had a good job in South Africa. I had a good paying job in South Africa. I had a vehicle. I had my own little apartment. My daughter was attending a good school, and then we moved 2 years ago to Denmark thinking it was going to be a great opportunity for her. And also to pave the way for other black South African women who also want to make an impact on a global stage. And if I could have paved that way, I could have done so. But what I've experienced has been bullying, harassment, discrimination on the basis of a disability, and I have all the proof, the emails, the recordings, and all the evidence. And I laid formal complaints through my managers at the workplace and through the various whistleblowing compliance lines internally. I told anyone who would listen internally that there is a problem. I need help because they have promised that they're diverse, they're inclusive, and they're about compliance, and they've got the speak up line that if you do face any troubles, you can speak up. And I did for the past 11 months, to the point where it's driven me to go on to sick leave, stress leave. And I've never taken medication before, and my medication kept increasing, and for me to actually be able to do day-to-day things as a normal person, and I'm a single mom to a 9-year-old. Right now, like I mentioned, I've been terminated without notice, so I'm going to get nothing. And all they can offer me is a ticket back to South Africa. So basically, I'm just going back home to financial ruin because of what they did. I've been called aggressive, intimidating. I don't know if they ignored my concerns because I'm a black woman, but every time I tried to look around, nobody looked like me, and nobody could really help me.
now, to my South African sister, I pray this video gets to you. Before you leave your country and migrate to any other country, you have to be fully prepared. You have to prepare your mind, soul, and body. Like, you have to be mentally stable, else you will lose your mind. There are a lot of things you need to look out for, right? I've seen a lot of people that migrated and they share their experiences, and one of the experiences that they encountered was depression. Yes, they get depressed when they can't see their family members, no friends, like nothing. When you move to a foreign country, you will make new friends, and the kind of friends that you will see them may not really be as the ones you have back home. Like, a lot of things can cause depression, including how the people treat you, right? That can also make you depressed. Now, one of the things that you have to bear in mind before traveling as a black person is this: culture. Just know that your culture, where you're coming from, your culture is quite different from where you are going. So just bear in mind that you are going there to adapt with the situation of things, right? We know that one of the challenges that we face as Black people, especially when we travel, is racism. Yes, we face racism. There's no Black person that has ever traveled out of the continent that will not tell you that he or she did not face racism. So that's one major thing that everyone should bear in mind, especially this, my sister. Like, I'm making this video to this, my sister, and every other person, every other Africans that also find themselves in her situation. Now, but when these people come to our countries, we worship them like semi-god. We love them. We even love them because of their colors. Yes, we love them because of their colors. We adore them. We like to take pictures with them. But then when we travel to their own country, reverse is usually the case. Like, not all of them. Some are also nice. Some of them are cool. But most of our African brothers and sisters always complain of racism at their place of work. Now, what I'm telling this, my sister, is this: do not break down. If not for anything, at least for the sake of your child, you need to be strong for your child. If you think that, fine, what happened has happened, you don't have to lose it, you don't have to lose your mind. As long as you are in that country, genuinely, as long as you are in that country, documented, you can as well leave that job and move to another job, look for another job. Probably God wants something better for you. That's why God allowed such disappointments to happen. There's nobody that will tell you that when he or she traveled abroad, that the person, that he or she did not face racism is everywhere. Now, my little advice is this: find a way to tolerate it, find a way to see how you can tolerate things like that. Yes, so that even when you go back to your country, you have something to tell as a story, because there's no successful man or woman today that doesn't have his or her stories. Like, you must have your own story to tell. So I will advise you to please look out for your fellow South Africans that lives in the same country with you, or fellow Black ladies. Share your audios with them. Find out if they have had such experience before and how they were able to handle it. Trust me, everything will be fine.
Racism does exist in Ireland. It might not exist in a certain extent as it does in many other countries, but it is a reality. As a South African girl who is born and bred in South Africa but raised in Ireland, I can tell you a little bit about the differences of the extent of racism in both countries. In South Africa, racism is more in your face. You know, racism is not hidden under a rock. It's not something you need to look for. It's something which is living. Whereas when you come to places such as Ireland, racism is more hidden under, you know, a weird comment. Racism in Ireland is something I'd like to call subtle. They hit you on the nail, but then it's more of a, I can't be racist. I have a Black friend.
Now, to every Black person facing discrimination abroad, I guess my little advice for you is this: try to locate your community. Yeah, locate your community. Like, we Nigerians, in any country we find ourselves, we try to build community. In case if anything goes wrong, at least you will be able to see those that will come for you, right? Now, for me, I guess this is not a big deal like that. Like, it's not that big deal. Yeah, it's not a big deal. So I will advise my sister to please don't take it to heart. It's one of those things. A lot of Blacks see this every day, like they see it often. Okay, try to share your experience with those within you so that you will be able to know how to handle your. Because for me, this is not enough reason for you to come back to Africa, right? I've seen a lot of videos where Nigerians share their experiences with their neighbors over there. Some even come out in the morning. They will greet them as per, like, neighbors. Now they will greet them, hey neighbor, good morning. And the next thing the white woman will do is to on them. Sometimes they will spit on the faces of their children. So what will you do? What will you do? Are you going to fight in that country? So my sister, calm down and bear in mind that there is no way you receive the same reception that you receive in your country. There's no way you receive same reception in foreign country. Yes, that one should be number one thing that you are supposed to bear in mind. I'm not just only talking to you, I'm also talking to other Black people living abroad. Because for me, like, I'm speaking for myself, as long as I'm properly documented in a country and I'm facing such I feel that this is too much and I can't tolerate it anymore, I will quietly resign and go look for another job. Like, it's as simple as that, okay? Because I wouldn't want to be at a place of work where nobody likes me because of my complexion, because of my color. I don't think I will feel cool. I think the best thing I will have to do for myself is to quietly resign and go look for a better place where I will have peace of mind, right?